What's going on, guys? My name is Assam from dopelifecoaching.com, and today I'm going to be talking about how to develop the most important, crucial mindset when it comes to dealing with and attracting women. I had one of my clients yesterday. He was talking to me, and he was basically like, "Coach, I'm really having trouble attracting women, and not just a relationship, but just getting on dates and going past the first, second, or third date in general." He's like, "I feel like this is impossible, and I feel like women are just some sort of mystery that I can't seem to figure out. Nothing works for them, no matter what I do, no matter what techniques I try, no matter what pickup lines I try, no matter what type of techniques or waiting game I try." So he was pretty much fed up. And the good news is I was able to dissect this, and I know, based upon what he was saying and the things he was telling himself, not just me, that there's a key component in terms of his mindset that he was missing. The mindset is very simple. It's this: when it comes to dealing with women, I always suggest to my clients that you should assume that every single woman you talk to is interested in you. Now, this is definitely way fucking far from the truth, but this is what works. Just assume, make the assumption that every single girl you talk to likes you. She really likes you. She just wants to go on a date with you. She just wants to go to bed with you. She just wants to marry you. She's been praying to God for the moment she meets you. That's what you want. That's what's going to be powerful. Why? Because when you have that mindset, when you approach that girl, you're not going to be nervous. You're not going to be forcing things. You're not going to be scripting things in terms of what joke you're going to say or when you're going to say this or when you're going to say that. You know what to do instinctively. You're going to listen to your gut feeling, and your gut feeling is almost always right. When you do that, everything's just going to be effortless. And because you're not going to think, you're going to be very present in the moment right now. Everything is just going to flow. You are going to be charming. You are going to be socially calibrated. You are going to be funny if that's naturally how you are. You're going to be talking to her like you're talking to people you've known forever, because you're going to be comfortable, and that's the best mentality to have. And that's why I have that right now, because I've been doing this for such a long time, to the point where I have this belief, even though it's way far from the truth. Most women you meet, the fact of the matter is, most women you meet are just not going to like you. You're not going to push their buttons enough. And that's okay. That's totally fine. 100, you only need one. That's all that matters. That's totally fine. But if you have that assumption in your mind, I swear to God, you're going to conquer this whole dating game. And you're eventually going to get where you want. Whether it be in a couple months, a couple years, it could be tomorrow. You never know. And not just that, another thing when it comes to mindset is, when you develop the mindset that you really are the prize, the universe somehow just gives it back to you. Let me give you an example. Years ago, when I was still in school, there was this one girl who she basically, she was interested at first, and because I didn't know any better, I showed interest, and she just backed off. It wasn't even because I didn't know any better. She was just a weird girl in general. And then when the next semester started, after the summer ended, I saw her, and then I didn't give her attention. I just passed by her, and I smiled like this, and I just ignored her. I didn't really acknowledge her. And then she saw that I wasn't really affected, and I wasn't trying to, start a conversation and stuff. So she starts talking to me. She starts waving and going like this every time she sees me. She started trying to flirt with me for months. And what I noticed is this: at that moment, I didn't think of her as the prize. I thought of myself as the prize. I told myself, you know what, fuck it. She wasted my time anyways. Why would I fuck with her? Next thing I know, she's interested in me. And it works wonders. This is not about a game per se. The game, quote unquote, a technique, is for beginners who don't know what they're doing, so they can eventually fake it till they make it. The idea is you fake it till you make it. It's not just fake it forever and use techniques, because that's not natural. That's not normal. Because, like, for example, when you walk into a room and women see you with another attractive woman, she doesn't even have to be attractive, but if women in general see that other women like you, they're going to like you themselves. And that already gives you charisma and status, because everybody can see it. Obviously, if she's very attractive, that's even better. Like, if on the look scale she's an 8 or a 9, and all the women in the room see that, you are going to get a lot of attention, or you're going to get a lot of praise for that. They're going to be looking at you and like, holy shit, this guy has game. Like, what's about this guy? And women are so fucking competitive. They're going to look at you, and then they're going to look at the other women and be like, what does she have that I don't have? What's to this guy? Why does she like him? Let me see what he's about. I'm telling you, man, that's just how it is. So it's always best to assume that every single woman likes you. You're going to have different charisma. Your social skills are going to be on point. It's just going to be so much better. And even the mindset you have, your insecurities are not going to, not going to be laid out all on the table like that. I remember way back in the day when I was like 14, I didn't know shit about women, but because I knew that one of the women liked me, one of the girls liked me back then. I was 14, I was in 8th grade. I just wasn't nervous around her because I knew she liked me. So I was just naturally being my best. I was the funniest version of myself, the coolest version of myself, the best version of myself in front of her because I knew that she liked me and I was very comfortable and I was very confident in myself with that particular person. Even though back then I was extremely insecure about myself. But there you go. Always, always, always have that assumption. I don't care if it's setting dates. I don't care if it's saying something that's can come off as risky. Whatever it is, just always have that assumption. Always have that assumption that you are the prize, that every single woman wants you, and that she was just praying for the day to meet a guy like you. And I guarantee you're going to see results in due time. Have that mentality, have that approach. Everything about you is going to change. Your swagger, even the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you tell stories, the way you look at her right in the eye, it's all going to change. And this is going to be for the better. Try it, be daring, be confident, and just tell yourself this story over and over again, and just imagine yourself with the ideal woman before you go to sleep, that everything is just working out and everything is just flowing and you're just naturally attracting them because you are being the most attractive version of yourself. It's going to work for you. Because here's the thing, you can't attract what you aren't. You only attract what you are. If you have a certain type of traits, for an ideal woman, and you don't exhibit those traits, you're not going to attract it, period. That's not how shit works. The universe is not going to give you that. You could be very lucky and attract her for one date or two, but it's probably not going to go past that because your insecurities are going to come out and the things that you're not compatible, your incompatibilities are going to show, and it's just going to get fucked up. You're going to fuck it all up. But you have to be what you want to attract so that you can attract what you want. Listen, do what I'm telling you right now. Develop that belief system, and you're going to be gold. That's where everything comes from. It's from the mindset. Regardless of all the strategies, listen to it, develop that mindset. Your mind is so fucking powerful, and you will get the results you want. All right, man? Peace.